One way to look at how cultures are different is you can say one culture is high context or group oriented, and there are also low context cultures which are more individually based cultures based on the individual. The high context cultures are all about the group and fitting into the group, working with the group. Am I working well with the group? What is the group thinking? I want to make sure that I'm doing what the group wants. It's all about the group. Everything is about the group. And in group-oriented societies, there aren't many rules because it's the pressure of wanting to always fit into the group that keeps everything in order. So the society works with very few rules because everybody is working to fit into the group. There are different levels of this. Many Asian societies are along this way. A lot of the Hispanic cultures are also this way, and many African, and so many across the world. The low context cultures are most based around the individual. So the individual has individual rights, and everything is based around that. So you have groups of individuals. So the individuals, in order to work as a society and as a group, they have rules for the individuals to follow in order there to be order, because otherwise it's thought in 3D that there would be chaos if you don't have order. So in an individual based society, the low context society, there are a lot of rules, so many rules. The European and Canadian and the U.S. cultures are prime examples of the low context culture based around the individual and the need for so many rules. This is why there are so many lawyers in the United States and in Europe, and in Asia there's almost no lawyers. They rarely use them because everything is contractual in an individual-based society, rules and following rules, and if you break the rules, you're breaking the relationship. In the high context culture of the group-oriented, you're not breaking rules, you're always doing what fits in well with the group. And so it's not a matter of breaking rules, it's just a matter of fitting in. If you don't fit in, nobody will work with you. So you want everybody to work with you, so you fit in. So there's not a need for all these rules, it's just a matter of sensing where the group is heading and being with them in that. Now these are cultural constructs and have been, developing over the ages. And so there are societal norms, societal concepts, cultural constructs of a cultural operating system of how to work. This is important because these constructs are constructed not around spirituality and what's real in terms of spirit and source and all of that. It's all around the workings of how the society feels that it should be done, how you should raise children, how you should do anything, how you should dress, what you should say. And so basically on what an individual should do to conform, which keeps a person from following their divine path, which is their individual path back towards source. So when you're following the society and the cultural norms, you're not making any progress spiritually, or very little. And so these are the things that get in your way, and you need to be alert to them so you can see what's getting in your way. And because ascending is about changing. We have a brand new world, and maybe between the third dimension and going into the fifth dimension is one of the biggest leaps in our, evolution back to source. It's a huge leap, and so there's a lot to give up and a lot to let loose of. And so that's why everybody's always talking about staying in the flow, staying in now, and being fluid. But you have to let loose of things, and in order to be fluid. And it's these cultures and families, which is, there's nothing wrong with them in a 3D, but going into the 5D, there's a need to let loose of all those constraints in order to stay in the flow and to express yourself autonomously. So if you come from an individual-based society, look at those things, all the deep aspects of the rules, and why are you following these rules, and as an individual, and does this really match my divine direction? If it's going against it, you're always making a choice. And so are you choosing to shut down and conform, or are you choosing to follow your direction? That's a key point.